so much away, dude. Hold up. I'm back. Had to come back. Had to come back. Had to reinvigorate. What is going on, man? Let me get my thing right here. So, God, it's been too long since I've done this. Whew. What's going on, y'all? It's been a minute. I've been all right. I've been getting by. Been like stupidly busy. God, it's been like what? I don't even know when the last time I streamed was, but it's been a minute, like a big minute. So what's been going on with me is I have been like so between high school stuff, my college stuff, which I'm in my master's program, second semester of my master's program, robotic stuff, some other things that I can't talk about right now, but but are on kind of the horizon. It's been balls to the wall. It's been go go go. So hopefully I will actually be able to do this more. I'm going to try to make it a priority because I like it. But also what I'm going to do is what I'm doing today. So all right. So check this out. The reason that you see Fusion over here. Hey, what is up, Ethan? The reason that you see Fusion over here is because I am doing this because my students cannot do this. They cannot grasp it. They cannot handle it. So I am doing this. The first part of the stream today is going to be me recreating this step by step and then posting that on YouTube so that they can follow it, because there's another video where they should have been able to follow it, but they can't because they can't. So they need the soothing tones of this guy. Ethan, I was telling a couple others right before you got here that I have been, God, dude, it has been so busy here lately. I've been college is this semester is way more engaged than last semester, even though what I'm doing is pretty tame as far as college goes, but it is still like, one of the classes that I'm taking is called Creative Activities in STEM. And that class is essentially like my class. We have been doing, let's see, I had to make a pop-up book, like one of those books where when you read it, the things pop up out of it. I had to make one of those, and it had to have like at least three different mechanisms that made the parts pop up. And then I had to do, check this out. So this happened too. This was embarrassing. So the first thing I had to do was I had to make I was given 6 index cards and 18 inches of tape. That's what I could use. And I had to make a structure that was between 1 and 3 inches tall. And then I had to put books on top of it and try to get as much weight as I could. So I did this, and I was all like, I'm gonna be big and bad, and I'm going to. Hey, what's going on, Noel? Oh God, it's about to start an ad here, and like, oh my God. It's telling me that we got an ad. But anyway, let me know if it does pop up for you, or for anybody, but I'll just keep going. Anyway, I made this structure, right? Dude, I've got my ads. I couldn't turn them off. I got them turned down to like 30 seconds. I wonder if I can turn them off now. Hold on a second. Let me see. No, I don't. I make a living. I'm fine. I don't need. Oh, here we go. Can I do it? I got them set to 30 seconds. How do you turn them off? I don't think you can turn them off. Hold up. Here we go. Can Twitch affiliates turn off ads? No, it's part of your agreement as an affiliate. Okay, well, here we go. Fine then. If y'all didn't get hit with it, cool. Good for y'all. Anyway. What's that say? Oh, yeah. So I had to make this thing. It had to be between 1 and 3 inches tall, right? And it had to be out of, I had a maximum of 6 index cards and 18 inches of tape. So me being like, hey, engineer, right? I can do this. I don't need 18 inches of tape. I don't need 6 index cards. I made it out of 3 index cards and no tape. And I held 46.5 pounds. 46.5 pounds of books, right? I'll show you a picture of this crap, man. Yeah, oh yeah, hold on. I got it right here. I got it right here. Where it is. Stupid? What do you mean? All right, so here we go. Let's see if I can see this. No, none of that. So, all right, so see all these books? All these books that got held up, man. That's 46 pounds of books. And then, this is my little structure that I made. Boom. Can you see like the little, I don't know why I'm trying to turn it so you can see an angle. Anyway, that's my structure, right? So I was all like, all right, kids. Y'all can, this is what I want y'all to do. I held this much, because I'm like, engineer. Okay? So, my students, this is what they held. That is 717 pounds of weights. More than a quarter ton of weights is what they held on. I held 46 pounds, and I was like, bro. Dude, they made these little cylinders, right, and put it up under the books. The cylinders put a dent in the wax in my floor. Like, I could see the little rings where they sat them because they held 7. We had all of the weights out of my room, and then they went down to the JROTC room and got all of the weights out of there as well. With index cards, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was amazing. I was floored. I was flabbergasted. It was ridiculous. How is it that these kids that their brain's not fully formed? They showed me up. You want to know what else, though? Listen to this. So, all of my students are having a problem with this guy right here. All of them. I mean, like, well, no, not all of them. But, like, I think, like, 2 or 3 maybe have gotten done with this by now. They've been working on it since Wednesday. And it's literally, look, here, I'll show you. It's literally, this is the instructional video I gave them. I don't know if y'all can hear this.
Is for people who have figured out how to make moderately
Can y'all hear that?
complex parts in Fusion 360, but who are struggling with assemblies.
So, let me get that. So yeah, they there is a literal video telling them how to do this. Can't figure it out. Can't do it. Can't do this. Can't make this work. Can't make look. Whoop, whoop. Awesome. But you know what? I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. And it's my job to make sure they work. So I told some of them that I was going to be streaming this at 7 o'clock. I was going to start it at 7 o'clock. Nobody's here. None of my current students are here. Oh, I will. I'll let them know. I'll be like, you know what? You know who did show up? Former students. My former students. Or should I say, better students. Dare I say, best students. Yeah, my favorite students. Exactly. Exactly. See, it's a new age. It's not as good an age. Anyway, I guess I should Hey, you clip it all you want to, baby. Let them know. I'll tell them. What's this? What we got here? Make sure nobody's watching on freaking. Nope. Yeah. Nobody. Bunch of losers. Anyway. There you go. Go for it. Go get it. All right. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start this. So I'm going to mute this because I am going to be watching this as I go along on the side thing. But what I'm going to do, it's probably going to take me about an hour. So if y'all don't want to hang around for that, I understand, because it is going to be just me doing CAD stuff. But regardless, and I would play some music, but I think if I play some music, because I am going to post this on YouTube so that they can use it to actually go on as a guide. And I believe that YouTube will mute it. So yeah, so I'm not gonna be able to play any music. I guess I don't know. Maybe I can do some. Hold up, I can do some. I think I can. I think I can find like some music that's not. Go walk your fish. I understand that. Sweep my yard. So basically, look, man, just say you gotta leave. Just say you gotta leave. I don't need the excuses. Go sweep your yard. Go walk your fish. Go kick rock. I understand. You always be leaving. You a busy man. I understand. You got jobs now. This kid graduated in like, did you graduate? 22, 21? Yeah, that's what I was going to look for. I was going to look up some free YouTube music if I can. 24. You did not graduate in 24. Was it? I figured it was more than that. Audio library. 20 in May. Oh Lord, no longer a teenager. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I want? Hold up. No. I got a better idea. Yeah, Unk. Certified Unk. You be looking like me soon, bro. See all this? This is, look, gaze. You're looking dead at your future. If you're lucky. What's it called? Hold on. I may not be Hispanic, but it don't matter. This is it. Future don't look bad. Looks pretty dang good to me. Hey, look. Come here. Okay, she don't want to come. She don't want to be on camera. Bro, I could have told you you're German. I don't even have to know anything. I mean, just from meeting you. Maybe later. DMCA free. Take care, David. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Let me know. I'm gonna try. I can get. You know, Eastman ain't that far. I can get down there. In what area? In Warner Robins or Macon? Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, shoot, man. I'll hit you up. Hold on, here we go. Let's see if this right here works. How loud is this? Can y'all hear that? What about that? Can you hear that? I think you do. Can you hear that? How loud is it? Is it good? Is it a good level? Cool. All right. There we go. All right, we leaving it there. Let me know if it's too loud. Anyway, I'm gonna start this. So yeah, stick around if you want to. Y'all can still talk. I'll still talk to you, but I want to mute this guy because he's just All right, so I want to like start my stupid YouTube video here. Hold on. Yeah, I got you, David. It is. I actually searched for like DMCA free fantasy music. But yeah, I just need it kind of in the background, so it's just something. Anyway, oh, so also, this is my new 3D printer. It's amazing, but oh man, I forgot I shouldn't have done that. I gotta change that, bro. Hold on. She's not. I don't have that camera hooked up. I gotta turn that off. She's. I was pointing at her. Hold up. Look. Hold on. Here we go. Boom. Nope. Stop it. Here we go. Stop it. Hey. You know what? Stay on that then. Stay on that then. Where's the Molly can? Nope. There, what now? Now what can you do, huh? I was trying to show you. Look, she's right there. See her? Molly. Woohoo! There she go. Check this out. Watch this. Hold on. I got some treats for her. Watch this. One of these bad boys. She's very gentle. She's very gentle. What's up, Callie? How we doing today? No, I'm not. No. I have been going to the gym, though. Yo, that's one thing I didn't tell y'all. Yeah, I got a trainer. How about that? I got a trainer. She's like, I'm getting a trainer. Getting a trainer. We haven't started yet, but we're getting there. We're gonna get there. No, I joined a new gym. It's bougie, very bougie. See you later, David. Take care of yourself. See you later. I know I wasn't doing that. I thought I heard something. Shut up, Callie. All right. So no. Let's saying. Oh, the gym is called One Life Fitness. It's in Macon. It's like a mile and a half away, which is great for me. And when you walk in, they've got a fireplace. They've got a foyer with a fireplace and like couches and whatnot. They got a recovery room right there that's got like red light room and all, you know, compression bodysuit room or something. I don't know. I haven't been there yet. But then they've also got like a kid room. Yeah, well, no, they don't have a sensory deprivation room. That would be cool though. But it's enormous. It's like 50,000 square feet. So when you go in, and the parking lot will be packed. I mean, like just jam packed. There is like a whole wall that's like all of these refreshments like that you can buy, like drinks and energy bars and things like that. But no, when you go in, it's so big that you can do it, and it's like you can be in there and no one. I've never had to wait for a machine, ever. Like ever. Also, this is the first time that I ever ate at Huey Magoo's today. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good. It is expensive. It is like, that is one thing I did notice. I bought me and Danielle chicken tenders, and it was like $30. $30, yeah, 31 something. It was ridiculous, man. It was very expensive. Like, the sauce was good. The sauce had like a little bit of the sauce had a little bit of a spice to it that I liked. But I don't know, like every time I have Zaxby's, like it I don't know, it's doing something to me. Like it's like making my stomach upset. Which, I mean, I don't eat a lot of Zaxby's anyway, but you know, still it just does. And this wasn't quite as seasoned. I think it's something in the seasoning at Zaxby's that's getting me bad. But ugh. I mean, Zaxby's is good. I like it, but it's just, you know, I don't know. Sometimes it just doesn't agree with me. How did Well, so you audition for all state and district, but what's that mean? Are you like gonna be like did you win? Oh crap! No, I can't do that. Yeah, do you have a trophy? Okay, there you go. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. That's like the most goated horn player in 6 or 7 schools. That's what I'm talking about. You know, I see a lot of Instagram reels of people that play the trombone, and they seem like very fun people. Like there was the one where the dude was riding on like the back of a moped, and he was going, making it sound awesome. It was great. There's one whose mother is a little person, and every like he always like blows the trombone like whenever she's walking around. He'll be like playing the Oompa Loompa song or something. It's hilarious. Stop it! I've turned it off. You shouldn't even. You're wasting your points. Um, I think his hair is red. Yeah. So look, band people are. Ethan, you're not gonna like this, but since I've been doing robotics, I have decided that band is my nemesis because some of our best people are in band, and you know what? They take band way more seriously than they do robotics. So I have no choice but to essentially consider what they do as a cult. And not a good cult either. A bad cult. Not like my cult. Band is a cult. And I've got one of the cult leaders in my classroom. I guess she is what they co or assistant Emma Wynn. Apparently next year she's going to be like one of the assistant drum majors. And she don't even play drums. She plays the flute. What does that mean? Band people. You see, now look. Now here's what Callie does though. See, Callie, if it's a girl, there's no problems. She was just calling them cults, and now she's like, "Oh, a girl? Oh, she's awesome. There's nothing wrong." Band is so cool, cause there's a girl running it. Nah, yeah, Ethan, like, I didn't even know. Ethan, yes. No, Ethan's a girl. From the long line of female Ethans that we all know and love. But no, like, I didn't even know Ethan was in the band until I think it was the end of last year. That's how low key Ethan is about being in band. He doesn't make it his lifestyle. But there are some of these kids out there, that's their life. I have one. I mean, you. Yeah, bunch of nerds. Bunch of nerds. All right. I have a bunch of kids, band kids. I had like big time band kids. Like there's Roman Smith. I don't want to dox. I'm not doxing anybody. I love Roman to death, but he is like really good at band. Really good at band and really into band. And he's very good. He's very good. He is awesome. And I let him be, hey, you know what? You knock yourself up. You knock yourself up. But yeah, he is locked in. I mean, he is like not going anywhere. And God bless him for that. God bless him for that. But I've told him he is a cult member. And again, not the good kind of cult. I don't know that I've shown y'all this, but there is a good kind of cult. Okay? And this is it. There it is. That's it right there. So, this was made for me years ago by my students when I was down at Dodge County. So, a student by the name of Angelica made it. And this one is her, you see. And here is Nathan. Let me see if I can read all of these. Hold up. I can't read that one because it's light on light. Here we have Connor, Brendan, Luke, Alex. I don't know who's... I believe that's Braden. Is that Braden? Yeah. And then Andrew is on the back. Yeah, I know Tanner. Yeah, so Tanner knows some of these, or knew some of these kids. And, yep, she made this for me years ago for Christmas. And, yeah, I think you were already gone by this, I believe. I think this was the year after you graduated. But, yep, I've, had it. I love it. That's Zoe. Yeah, we got... Oh, no, Tanner, you are on here. See, look, we got you, Let me see if I get it. Yeah, right here. Yep, yeah. Yeah, so I got Tanner up there. I got Tanner and Zoe. Zoe's over here, too. There's Tanner. Let's see if we got any other ones. There's Connor... Luke, y'all have met Connor. Connor's been in the chat a few times. Yeah, really. A long time ago. Here's you remember Bryant Birch? He's in there. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was good times. You know, Angelica's getting married. She called me the other day. And yeah, she called me the other day to invite me to her wedding next summer, I think she said it was. Yep. Oh yeah, yeah, I can go. I guess he didn't. Maybe he don't know. I'm closer than they were. I appreciate that, Ethan. I'll be there. Who are you marrying? Who are you marrying? You got your girl already? Y'all ready to get married? Right after? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, Callie. Certified unks up in here. Okay, I was just checking. Callie, you know what? Lonely Pringle. Hey, man, you know what? That's the way to be, though. I always tell people not to date in high school, man. It always ends bad. He don't need no girl to complete him. He is complete. He's an independent diva. He's his own queen. He don't need an outside queen. Exactly. You've dropped your crown. Ooh, man. Callie, your compliments are always backhanded. That's why. You know. You know how they are. You know. Oh, that's awesome, Tanner. Fancy business conferences. You know what? I don't remember who Marengo is. Okay, I got you. That's true. Ahan's never backhanded. Big boy money. Man, I had a girl, so God bless her. I had a girl in my class the other day. She just got her a job and she got her first paycheck and she worked 30 hours and she was so proud that she brought home $247. And I was like, God, that's amazing, girl. You get that bread. Get that bread. Yeah. I had the heart to, be like, dang, that's basically child labor. I mean, but she was so proud, dude. I was proud for her. I was proud for her. She was so happy about that 200. Yeah, oh yeah. So I was just like, you know what? You get it, girl. Oh yeah, what am I doing? I need to do this again, don't I? Let's just get off of just me. Well, all right, Ethan. You have a good one, man. Thank you for stopping in. I'm about to start doing this thing, I guess, at some point. I'm only about an hour late, but I've been here for an hour, and one person who needed this has shown up. One person. Take care, Ethan. Stop in again sometime, man. I know, right? I know, Ahan. But I am going to go through it. It'll probably take me about an hour. But I'm going to kind of clip, or not clip, but edit this video down and put this on YouTube and probably link it in that assignment and probably give everybody until Tuesday to do it. Because, yeah, there are some people who are just not getting it. I feel like this is the best opportunity. I'm going to do this all the time. I'm going to do stuff all the time. This is how I'm going to bring people to my YouTube and my Twitch channel, is by just putting up stuff and then linking it in their assignment. This is how I'm going to artificially inflate my views. This is basically viewbotting. Basically viewbotting. I don't care. Do not care. me see where I'll need to start here. I wish I could get my can I do an overlay? Oh no. Oh no. We don't want that. We don't want that. All right, you ready, Callie? Okay, so are you starting from scratch? Because that's where I'm going to start from. Also, is the music too loud? Is it too loud over my my voice? I mean, that's what it is. It's medieval. It's fine. It'll be fine. Alright, so here we go. This is our assembly project that is going to be due on the 10th of February. So just like what we talked about and what it talks about in the other video, we're going to start, first thing we're going to do is we're going to start a new design. So you would go to File, you would go to New, and then for this design, what you're going to do is you're going to choose a hybrid design, because that's going to allow us to make our components within the assembly. So we'll choose a hybrid design. We're going to change our units over to millimeters, and then we're going to create new. And that's going to open up this. And as long as we have this guy up here, this assemble tab, we know we're in the right spot. Yeah, I know. I figured you did. So here we go. Now, what we want to do at this point is we want to make ourselves a new component, right? And I'm going to be kind of switching back and forth because I'm also watching this video as I go. So we're going to, let me move this up here and get this out of my way. There we go. All right. So here we're going to make ourselves a new component. We're always going to make new components. We're not just going to do sketches unless we're in a component. So I'm going to hit new component, and for this component, what we're doing is we're making our top plate. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to change the name of this to top plate. So my parent is this unsaved that I have here, and I want to make sure that I have the activate box checked so that whenever I hit OK, you can see that my top plate here, this little dot out here with the, or little white circle with the dot in the middle of it, that means that that is activated. So now anything that I do, any new sketches or anything that I make will be in this. Oh yeah. So after I do this, the next thing I want to do is I need to make my sketch. I'm actually going to be building my top plate now. So I'll go here to create sketch, and I want to choose this where I'm looking down at the top. So up here it says top, and I'm in my sketch palette at this point. And I want to draw a rectangle. So I can just hit a hotkey for R for rectangle. And then what I want to do is I want to come over here and I want to make a center point rectangle. So over on the right, like, so cancel that. So whenever I hit R, you can see my sketch palette will change. So I can hit that and it changes right over here. So I want to make a center point rectangle. So I can come over here and find the center rectangle, and I'm making it straight from the center, right? So I can just click on my origin and move out. So I want to make this, I think it's 80 by 80. So I would, you know, whenever it's highlighted, I can just type in 80, hit tab, type in 80 again, hit enter, and there we go. So now I've got my base. Next thing I want to do is I want to make another rectangle. So I'm going to hit R again. And on this rectangle, I want it to be construction. I need it to be construction geometry. So if I look over here, I want to choose on my right in my sketch palette, I want to choose center rectangle again. So I'm making myself a center rectangle. And then I also want to come down here to under options to where it says line type. And I'm going to choose line type. Because what I want to do is I want to make this construction so that it is not... Basically, whenever you make construction geometry, once you extrude, it doesn't take that construction geometry into account when it extrudes. Like see this rectangle right here. You see how these lines on the outside are solid? So that is not construction. That's not construction lines. Those are actual lines. These lines that are dotted in the middle, they are construction lines. So if these were not construction lines, whenever I go to extrude it, I would have to click on all 4 of these sections to do it. So I want to choose construction, and I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to make sure that my corner lines up on one of these lines. What is up, Fidget? We are back. We are back. I'm doing an educational stream. So the reason that I want this cross to be on that line is because it'll make an automatic constraint to that line. It'll make an automatic coincident constraint. So it'll be locked in place. So I'm going to click there. I'm not going to set any dimensions on this yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit escape a couple of times. And then I'm going to hit D to choose my dimensioning tool. And you can see how my icon changed to a dimensioning tool. And then I want to click on this bottom left-hand corner. And then I want to click on this upper right-hand corner. And that's going to allow me to set a distance between the two. So I'm going to set that distance to be 90. See how that right there blows it up a little bit, right? So you can't really see it on mine. But I want to say this is, yeah, this is fully constrained. And let's see how I know it's fully constrained from here, even without seeing it. I like it too. I was trying to find, I'm going to post this on YouTube, so I was trying to find something that wouldn't get me muted on YouTube. So this works. All right, circle tool. See up here, the one that's highlighted is center diameter or center. So that's what I want, and I'm going to make us. Ooh, now see how I'm still in a construction? If you ever see that, I can just come over here and unclick that construction thing, and it'll change it back to a regular one. What I want to do though is I want to make 4 circles, and it doesn't matter how big they are, but I want to make them like, I want to make sure I'm not stuck on anything, like I'm not, you know, clicking on any of these lines, because I don't want to make any automatic constraints. So I'm just going to make them kind of big. I want to make one at every corner of this box, just like that. Hit escape a couple times. Now what I want to do is I want to click on and hold down the control key so that I can select all of them. And then up at the top under constraints, I want to find the equal constraint so that they're all the same size. Alright, so we've got all of those being the same size. You don't want to hit escape a couple times just to make sure I'm not in any tool right now. I'm going to hit D to bring up my dimension tool again, and I want to make these guys 8 millimeters. So there we go. Now, the one thing you want to look at whenever you're doing this, and I'm just kind of talking from a manufacturing standpoint, it's just good to think about this if you ever do get into CAD and you're deciding to make something, is this is pretty close. Like the center of this to the edge is like 8 millimeters away. So you want to have a little bit more meat. How fast I can do this? Oh yeah, right. I think I did this in about an hour and a half the first time I went through it, but you know, I mean, I'm more comfortable with it. Anyway, you want to have a little bit more meat, right? So I'm going to cancel that, and I'm actually just going to change this from. See, now this is a good way. This is a good thing because of the way that I built this. Is all I have to do is change this. I can change this, and I change where every one of those circles are. So I can change this to 80, and you see every one of them comes in. So instead of me having to go and move where each one of these circles is, I can just change this one dimension, and it makes it, you know, does what I want it to do. So now I got more room there. So at this point, I can finish this sketch. And hey, Callie, if I end up going too fast, you tell me, all right? I am doing this at your pace. So if something goes wrong, or you get behind, or you get lost, or you make a mistake, just let me know, and I'll swing back around. So from here, what I want to do is I want to hit the E key. The E key will just take me straight into the extrude tool. So now you see that I can click anywhere on this and it gets the whole thing except for those circles, because those circles weren't construction geometry. I want to make this about 10 millimeters thick. So there we go. We got that bad boy done. We are 3 minutes into the video. So you should be at this point. Are you with me? Hope so. Here we go. Now, yes, wait. Are you with me? Yes, wait. Okay. How you doing, AJ? So to select all the circles whenever you're doing it, just make sure you hold control. Hold down control and then click on each circle so that they're all highlighted. Just finish eating McDonald's or working at McDonald's? Also, for those of you who may be watching this on YouTube, if I start talking to people, just skip through. You don't have to watch all this. Working on that double cheese. That's what I'm talking about. Did you get it, Callie? You know, AJ, I had a teacher tell me that you should have been on homecoming court. Okay, that's fine. Okay, you can do it individually too. So are you here now? Yeah, well, I mentioned you because I saw you walking down the hall and I yelled at you and you didn't say anything. Miss Hankins. But, so from here, Callie, I want to look at this from the top. So I'm selecting top right, and I'm going to make me a sketch on this top face. And then I'm going to hit circle to bring up my circle tool. I want a center point circle, and I want to see my origin is right in the middle. So that means it's very easy for me to select the middle. And I'm going to make this, and I'm going to make it at 22 millimeters right now. So then I'm going to make another circle. So I'm going to hit my circle tool again, and I'm going to make me another circle that is 12 millimeters. So I have two circles. The one on the inside is 12 millimeters. The one on the outside is 22 millimeters. So what I'm going to do is I am going to hit E for extrude. I'm going to finish the sketch. And now I'm going to extrude this. And the first thing I want to do is I'm going to select this middle hole. And I want to cut. And I want my extent type to be all. Nope. Not what I want. I'm going to hit extrude. I'm going to click on this. And then I basically just going to go -10 because that'll get me all the way through. See? Hit enter. Now. The extrusion is 10 or -10, whichever one goes all the way through. Now, I need that circle that was just there. So, and I can't see it now because whenever you extrude a sketch, it makes that sketch invisible. This is the sketch that we use, this sketch 2. So if I want to see that again, I can just click on the eye that's to the left of it, and now it gives it back to me. So I can hit E again. And I'm going to select this portion here. And on this one, I believe I'm going -8. Let me make sure. -7. There we go. That's right. You know what? I've made a mistake. I'm going to fix it. We were supposed to put this on the bottom. Yep, I know. So we're going to Z out. Don't worry, I'll edit this. We're making this on the bottom. So we're going to do the same thing. Sketch on the bottom. C for 2 circles. One is 22. Another C. And this one was, I think, 12 or 10? What was it? $12. All right. So this one's going to be 12. So yeah, we're on the bottom sketch again, still. So we got this. We're going to do the same thing that we did. We're going to finish our sketch. We're going to hit E. We're going to extrude this -10 so it goes all the way through. We're going to look at our sketch again. We're going to extrude it. That's outside circle, -7. And there we go. And now we can hide our sketch again so that it's not in our face. I used to play Magic. All right. So, let me know when you're back with me, Callie. I am sorry about that mistake that I made, but you know, it is what it is. Even I make mistakes. Oh, I got old cards now. -10 for the small one, -7 for the larger one, yes. Alright, so once I have it, the bottom of it should look like this. The next thing I want to do is I want to come up here and I want to activate my very top guy up here, because I'm about to make me another component, and I don't want to make that component under this top plate. So from here, I'm going to choose new component, and I'm going to name this one vertical rod. And I'm going to hit OK. So everything should be, you know, I should have one selected here. I should have activate. There we go. So now what that does is that makes this guy sort of transparent. We can kind of see through it. Still with me? All right, so from the top here, I want to create a sketch on this face right here. And what I want to do is I want to put me another circle in this hole up here in the upper right hand corner. So in order for me not to have to make any new geometry, what I'm going to do is I can use our project tool to project certain geometry into the sketch. So how to do that is, one, you could either come out here to create and go down here to project, and it's right here, or you can just hit this hotkey out here, P. So I'm going to hit P, and then I'm just going to select this whole face. And all of the geometry, so my geometry, I have one selected. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just leave it how it is. Hit OK. And now you can see that I've got sketches on all of the edges of this geometry, of this top face. So from here, though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this sketch. I'm going to hit E to extrude, and I'm going to select the inside of this. Just like that. And I'm just going to pull that down, because I just want to make an extrusion. It doesn't really matter how long I go. I think we're going to go like -250, and just hit enter. And then this should be kind of what we you know what? Let's edit this. Right click on this, edit feature. Let's just make it 200. So I can come over here and just -200. There we go. All right, so I have one rod, right? Now I need to get other rods, but I want them all to be their own components. So we're going to copy this rod, but if I just copy the rod into here, it'll be a problem. And also I have this problem. I can grab the rod and I can just move it anywhere I want to. This is where, under assemble, joints come into play. So joints are ways to basically position components to each other in specific ways so that they can also move. Not all joints will allow it to move. Like if you put what we're going to do is a rigid joint, it won't move, but here in a little bit we're going to do it where it can move. So like I said, joint is right there. You also have a hotkey for joint, which is just J. So anytime I do like this, I like to move it out so that I can get a view of each of it. So I'm gonna hit J, and first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that, see that little dot that's kind of going to these points? I want to make sure that dot is on the inside of, like, the very middle of this. So I'm gonna click there. Got it. Now, one way that you can make sure that you don't get stuck on all these other little dots is I can hover my mouse here and I can press and hold Control, and now it'll only go to those dots. It won't like move around, but once I get close to a dot, it sticks to it. So I want this one to be in the center of this hole. So if I click, it went there, but it went there in the wrong direction. I want it to go down. So over on my right in my joint window over here, down at the bottom, there is a flip option. If I hit this, it flips it right over where it wants to be, where I want it to be. Hit OK. There we go. So now this guy, if I try to move it, she don't move no more. But do I have this pinned? I don't think I do. Another thing I want to do right now is, nope, that is pinned. That's grounded. See how whenever I hover over this top plate, it says top plate is grounded? That means it can't move. So we're good. We're good there. You want it, because if it wasn't, let me unground it. I'll show you. Unground. Now the whole thing will move. And you don't want that. You want it to be in place. So I'm just going to Control Z. If I come up here and I hover over it, wait a minute. Control Z again. There we go. Says it's grounded. So we're good on that. Now, next thing I want to do is, what if mine goes in but right direction? If yours goes in and it's in the correct direction, don't worry about flipping it. Just sometimes it won't go in the right direction. All you have to do is hit the flip button and you're good. Sorry I didn't see that. Yeah, man, I'm going to try to prioritize this, at least on the days that I don't do robotics. So, like, it's probably going to be a definite on, like, Wednesdays and Fridays. So, thank you for stopping in again, AJ. Yeah, next time I'll probably actually try to play some games or something. But I appreciate you stopping in, man. So, whenever you look at yours, Callie, like, if you look at the top plate and you hover over it, does it say that your top plate is grounded to unsaved? Girl, you better answer me. Okay. If it says it is grounded to unsaved, then you're good. All right. So let's see. What are we doing next here? Come on, bro. Stop talking. Here we go. All right. So next thing I want to do is I want to reactivate my main component. And then I'm going to click on this guy. And if I right click, I want to copy it because I need 4 copies of this guy, right? So I'm going to copy. And then I'm going to right click up here on the top, the name of my assembly. And you see I have 2 pastes. I have paste and I have paste new. Paste new, I think, takes all of the stuff over. Let me see. So if I paste, Yeah. So whenever you paste, it's going to make another rod right where that other one is. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to move it out a little bit with these arrows. You can just grab any of these arrows, just move it out where you can see it. And hit OK. And you notice that it added us a whole other component over here. Now we have vertical rod and we have 1 and 2. So we're good on this. Let's go ahead and add another joint. We're going to put this one into another one of these holes. It doesn't matter which one, just like we did a while ago. So I'm going to hit J for joint. I'm going to select the middle of this, and I'm going to select the middle of this hole. Mine went in backwards, so I'm going to hit the flip so that it's the same direction as the other one. And there we go. So now what I can do is I can come back up here where it says unsaved, right click, paste again, just made another one. Hit OK, joint, we're going to joint this one the same way. I'm going to flip it, paste, grab this last one, hit OK, hit J for joint, select the middle and select this last hole up here. Just like that. I'm going to flip mine, hit OK, and now I should have under this right here, I should have a top plate and I should have 4 vertical rods that all have rigid joints. That rigid joint means that it's not going to move. It's in there. So whenever you hit J, and what I selected, I should have said this earlier, but if you go over to motion, you can change this, and we'll use a couple more of these different types, but it defaults to rigid. So we'll use that some more. Also, while I'm here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save this, because if it crashes, I don't want to lose what I'm doing, right? So I'm going to come up here to File, Save. I'm going to make sure it's not there because I want it into somewhere that I know it is. And I'm going to name it assembly from the string. Assembly string. There we go. So save. And now that unsaved, that very top portion should change to assembly string. All right, Callie, let me know whenever you're where I am so I can continue. All right, cool. All right, so next thing we want to do is we want to go back and we want to activate our top plate again. And we want to create a sketch on the top of it. And we want to come into this upper left-hand circle. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put these little rectangular bits in there, right? So first thing I want to do is I want to hit L to draw a line. I want this to be a construction line. I'm going to find my center here. And I'm going to make a line out this way. I'm not going to put a dimension on it. And then I want to kind of escape again. I want to hit L again, and I want to make a line out this way. So I have 2 construction lines, one going out to the left and one going up. So what I'm going to do now is I want to make both of these lines. I'm going to hit D. I want this line to be 5 millimeters, and then I want to hit equals, and I want to make this other line the same length. After that, I want to hit R to go into my rectangle tool. It doesn't matter what kind of rectangle I make, but I'm going to make me, oh, that's a construction one. I want this right here to be a real line. I'm just going to make me one here. This top dimension, I'm going to have it be, it's going to be 3 inches wide or 3 millimeters wide by 7 millimeters long. And what I want to do is I want to constrain this to this point here. So this line, this construction line, it's just for me to be able to get this to be 5 millimeters away from the center of this hole. So what I want to use here is I want to use a midpoint constraint. Come down here and I'm going to find my midpoint constraint. And then I'm going to click on this dot. And basically what I'm saying is I want this dot to be sitting on the middle of this line. And once I do that, it moves it right where I want it to be, right? Want to make me another rectangle. I'm not going to put any dimensions on it because all I want to use is equal constraints. I'm going to say I want this one to be that size. I want this one to be, I want it to be just as wide and just as long. And then I'm going to use my midpoint constraint again. There to there. There we go. So 3 dimensions, 2 boxes, and distances. And once I get done with this, I'm going to finish my SketchUp. Kind of look here. Now, the way he kind of does this is a little bit weird. It's kind of, I don't know why he does it the way he does, but I mean, basically you're going, what's he doing? He's going 8.5 millimeters deep. You could just go extrude this and this minus 8.5. And there you are. But the way he does it, it's a little bit weird, but we're gonna do it his way. So first thing I want to do is I want to come over here to construct. Now remember I told y'all that everything has to be made from a plane. Every sketch has to be on a plane. So this top face is a plane, this side face is a plane, all the faces of this are a plane. Whenever you come over here to construct, it's essentially how you're making what they call construction planes. It's making a plane that you can reference. So for what we want to do here, we're going to go to mid-plane. So I'm going to click on mid-plane. And what that's going to do is I'm going to select 2 planes, and it's going to make another plane right in the middle, equal distance between those 2. So the planes I want to choose is I want to choose this top face, click on it. I want to rotate around, and I want to choose the bottom face. Click on that one. So now you can see that it's done made this plane, this is a new plane, and it made it right in the middle of this, right? So after that, I'm going to hit OK. And now that construction plane is actually under, if I expand my top plate down, you see this construction here, and that is that plane that I just made. So that is how you make a plane. So now the way that he does this is he'll do extrude, right? So I'm going to extrude, and I'm going to select that guy, and I'm going to select this guy. And then what he does is he comes over to extent type, and he says to object, and then he chooses this plane. So it is cut to that plane, right? But he also wants to go a little bit further, because that plane, since this is 10 millimeters wide, that plane is 5 millimeters deep. So he's going to do what he calls an offset. Now an offset is when you want to go beyond what you've already gone to. So he does 3.5, and it should go down. If it doesn't go down, like, because I did notice that some of the students, theirs would look like this when they get done, where it wouldn't be cutting hardly any. And all that is you just have to change that direction by taking away that negative. So it should look like this. Like from the side, it should be going almost, it should be cutting almost all the way through. We want to hit OK. So now we have these two gimmicks right here, and I like to, just to make it look tidy, I like to get rid of this plane where I can't see it anymore after I do that, because it just kind of gets in the way. Are you still with me, Callie? All right. So next thing we want to do is we want to draw our holes on these that go through these things. So what I want to do at this point is I want to start a new sketch. I'm sorry. Let me make sure that nothing is actually going wrong with the stream. No, I'm not. Well, yeah. Have I been dropping frames? Like, has it been like lagging? Gosh, I hope not. Because this would be a lot of work if it was. Anyway. Alright. So, here's what we're going to do then. I want to draw those holes on the side. So, first thing I'm going to do is I still have my top plate activated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new sketch. I'm going to start it on this side face. Now that I've started it, I want to make sure I can see in here because I actually want to project this geometry onto this face. So I'm going to press my P key and I'm going to select this back face of this guy. Should put me a sketch right there. And then I want to draw a line. I want to make a construction line. And I'm going to hover over this left line that I have here until I snap to the middle of that line. And you can tell I'm on the midpoint because I got a little triangle there. And I'm going to draw that line directly across and snap to the other midpoint. So this is my reference for where, because I want this hole to be in the center of this. So I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit my C for my circle tool. I'm going to make sure this isn't a construction line. And I'm going to find my midpoint on that line, and I'm just going to draw me a circle. And let's make this circle... see, what do you make it? I think he made it 4.5. 4.3. Alright, so dimension, D for dimension tool. Made this 4.3 millimeters. And then I can finish this sketch. Now, at this point, what I want to do is I want to extrude this out. So I'm going to hit E for extrude. And I want to change my distance to go to object, and I want to click this back face of this here so that it cuts up to that point. But I also want to give it an offset. So I want to give it an offset because I want to go a little bit past it. I want to give it an offset of, I believe it's -5 since I'm cutting. Yeah. So if we look at this, we can see that that actually goes into this rod here. I don't want it to go into that rod. I want it to cut to the rod, but I don't want it to cut into the rod. So how I handle this is at the very bottom of my extrude tool, I can hit this triangle, excuse me, and this is called objects to cut. So I do want to cut the top plate, but I don't want to cut the vertical rod, so I'll just uncheck it. And you can kind of see what happened there. If you look into the side, you see the rod is there. So if I actually hit OK, notice that it's not cutting into the rod. So that's what we want. So now I basically do the exact same thing just on this. I want to start me another sketch on this face. Get to where I can see that cutout at the top. Hit P for project. Select the back face. Hit OK. Select my line tool. Make it a construction line. Find my center. Go midpoint to midpoint. C for circle tool. Take it off construction. Find the midpoint of that construction line that I just made. Do this. Make it 4.3 millimeters. Finish that sketch. Extrude. Change my extent type to object. Select that. My offset's going to be -5. And then I'm going to make sure that I uncheck vertical rod. There we go. Awesome. So let me know whenever you get here. Yo, I saw y'all talking about Magic the Gathering. I used to play it all the time, and I do still have some cards, some old cards. Like I started playing during, I think it was Ice Age, is when I started playing. All right, Callie, where we at? All right. So next thing I want to do is I want these guys to be all around the edges. So in order to do this, I'm going to make a pattern. So if I go under Create, there's an option down here for pattern, and what I want to do is I want to make a circular pattern. And the reason I want to make a circular pattern is because I want these to be around a central axis. So I'm going to go to circular pattern, and I'm going to make sure that my object type that I'm using is features. A feature is anytime you make a cut, that is a feature. So I'm going to select features. I want to select these two holes and those two square cuts or rectangular cuts that we made. So under objects, I should have 3 objects selected. Now, I want to come down here and I want to hit this select button on my axis. And what I want to do is I want to click on this inner circular part of this hole at the top, in the middle. And I want to make sure that my quantity is set to 4. So I should have something that looks vaguely, or nope, not vaguely, exactly like this. I want to make sure my compute type is identical, which it should be by default. Hit OK, and there's all my guys. All of our holes have been cut. Easy peasy. Alright, so now that I've got that done, I want to make my copy of this guy. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to activate my main assembly now. I'm going to right click on the top plate and I want to copy it. And then I want to right click on assembly stream and I want to paste. And we see our arrows again, which means we've made a copy of this. It's just in the exact same spot. So I want to grab this top arrow and I just want to move this bad boy down. Hit OK. It doesn't matter if we line it up. Well, actually, you know what? Hold up. No. Okay. I'm going to do that again. Copy you. Paste you. And I want to move this down to where it's like down low, like right a little bit below where I need it to be, so that I'm able to click on things better when it comes time for me to join these together. Now there is a way that you can do this, and yeah, let me show you that. So I can probably, yeah, you can get this where it's exact, right? So you can kind of, because it's an even number, 190. This is good because I'll show you how to do this. So from here, I want to hit OK. So this guy should be like right where it is, but now if I click on it and drag, I can probably still, well, no, I can't move it nowhere. Why can't I move that nowhere? It's grounded to it. Okay. So it automatically grounded it, but let's say it didn't. All right. I can still move it around, right? So, but what I can do now is, since it's there already, I can make this what's called a rigid group. So basically I can go to Assemble, Rigid Group, and the components that I want it to be a rigid group with are, like, just say any one of these rods. click that guy, and then I can click this guy, and then I can hit OK. And now that makes that where, okay, now I can't move it anymore. So instead of me having to say basically find those points again, it essentially makes it a rigid joint with just where it is in relation to another part. Another thing I want to do right now is, see, it just says top plate 2. I don't want it to say top plate 2. I'm going to kind of click in there and I want to change this to bottom plate. There we go. Ooh. No, all you have to do is select the whole thing. Like, you can just click anywhere on this and then click anywhere on one of those rods. All right, now let's look at what we did here, because I just noticed something. So if I change this name to bottom plate, no, you only have to do it on one rod. So I changed the name of this plate down here at the bottom to bottom plate, right? But notice what happened to my top plate. It changed the name of it as well. The reason that happened is because I pasted this and didn't paste new. So had I pasted new, it would have made like a whole new component. But because I did the paste thing, it takes those names from it. And those names are kind of linked. So you don't have to do this. You can leave it just like this. I don't think it will matter. Let me see if it'll matter. I'm just checking something. It matters. Alright. So, we've made another mistake. Right now, what we need to do is we need to click on bottom plate. We need to right click. And we need to delete it. This is going to come up. We're going to hit delete. So, what we needed to do on this. I'm going to change this. I know, right? We need to change this back. Top plate. So what we need to do here is we need to copy this guy again. And whenever I come up here to assembly stream and I right click and I go to paste, I want to do paste new. Control Z. If you press remove on accident, Control Z so it comes back. It's not the same as delete. Let me know when you're where I am. Are you where I am now? All right, cool. So what I want to do is I want to make sure assembly stream is my active component. I'm going to right click on top plate. I'm going to go to copy. I'm going to right click on assembly stream, and instead of paste, I'm going to say paste new. It basically does the same thing, but now I can like this will, if I change anything on this one, it won't change it on the top plate. That was the difference. Is anything that I changed on that new plate, it would change it on the other one if I just used paste. But since I used paste new, they're independent. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this down to where it's right on those. So I'm good here. Everything is in line. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go back to assemble. I'm going to choose rigid group. I'm going to capture the position. I'm going to click on this rod, and then I'm going to click on just anywhere on the bottom plate. I can hit OK. That guy is in there now. It is grounded. And now once I've got that, I should be able to change the name of this without it changing the name of the original top plate. Golden. So yeah, there we go. Now we have a top plate. We have a bottom plate. We have 4 vertical rods. Everything is Gucci. Alright, so next thing I want to do. We are so smart. Next thing we want to do is we notice here that here I have this counter bore that is on the inside of the part, or inside of the assembly. Down here, no counter bore. My counter bore is on the bottom. We need to change this. How we're going to do that is we're changing our bottom plate, so I need to activate the bottom plate. Bottom plate is activated. And now I need to find the sketch of this that I actually put these holes in there for. So if I hover over my sketches down in my timeline, see this first one is a sketch, that's an extrude. Then the second one is a sketch. If I click on it, I see that's the one. That's the one right there. So I want to redefine the sketch plane for this so that I kind of reverse it. So I'm going to right click on this, third icon at the bottom, and I'm going to choose redefine sketch plane. And now what I need to do is I need to rotate around where I'm looking down at it from the top. I can tell that from my view cube. And I'm going to click on this face and hit OK. And I get some warnings. The reason I get these warnings is because I've just basically put it in a manner where my cuts and my extrusions are going in the wrong direction. So if I look down at my timeline, I have 1, 2, 3 errors. These first 2 errors are the ones I need to focus on. So I'm going to right click on the first one coming from the left. I'm going to go to edit feature. Now mine says missing profile. If it says that for you, all you need to do, this is the hole that goes through the middle. All you need to do is select that hole in the middle. If yours doesn't say missing profile, it'll look like this. And you see I have -10 there. All I need to do is change that to a +10 and hit enter. Now if we look back at our bottom plate, that bottom plate has a hole in the middle, and that error that I had here is gone. So now, and also my last error is gone. But let's look at this error that we still have. We still need to do the same thing with that. So I'm going to go to edit feature again. You can see it says that mine was at -7. I'm just going to change the direction. So instead of -7, I just want it to be +7. Hit enter. And now if we look down here, I have my hole, I have my counter bore, everything is golden. Why do you have 7 errors? You should not have 7 errors if you've done everything the way I did it. See, this is what I'm talking about. You do it step by step, and somehow it still gets messed up. See, I'm gonna have to edit this now tomorrow, Callie. Activate the bottom plate. Yep. Third icon, redefine your sketch plane. To the top. No, you're good. You're good. It's fine. You know what? We're probably going to do this for a little bit, and then we may finish the whole thing up tomorrow. But we're going to get to a good spot today with no errors. We're going to do it together. We're good. We're the dynamic duo. Yep. DTI dynamic duo. You know what we're going to do? You know what? Here's what we're going to do DTI this week. So you redefine the sketch plane. Hold on. Let me go back to where you are. Okay. So I'm going to activate my bottom plate. Third icon from the left is my sketch that I want. I'm going to right click on it, redefine sketch plane. And then I'm going to click on this face up at the very from the top plate, right? Click on that plate and hit OK. Now I should only have 3 errors at this point. Let me know if we're good on that. All right, so on yours, don't worry about the warnings. I have 3 warnings and 3 errors. Now, on the errors down here at the bottom in your timeline, how many do you see that are like highlighted? What's the first one from the left that you have that is highlighted? Like, what's it when you hover over the first one? What's the name of it? The fourth one. All right, let's fix it real quick. Let's right click on it and we're going to go to edit feature. Now, does yours have does yours give you the option to just change the dimension, or does it say missing profile on where over here on the right where it says start? Okay, so mine says -10. Yours might say -10 also, or it may say 10. If it says -10 like mine, change it. Just put in 10 and hit enter. That should get rid of at least one of those errors. Yeah, now you're on the 5th one now, extrude 3, right? Is that what you're doing? I think you may have jumped ahead of me a little bit. So right now, at least the first 5 of your icons in your timeline should be clear. Am I right on that? And I apologize if I'm looking up. That's where my chat is. All right, how many errors do you have right now? Six yellows. What's the first one from the left that you have an error on? Bottom plate, sketch 3. Okay, so we have an error right here. We did something weird on this. Let me try to think what we did here. All right, look up under your top plate. How many sketches do you have? Whenever you like follow what I'm doing here, if I expand top plate and then I expand sketches, how many sketches do you have there? Oh, good. Okay, that's good. That's good. And we have one construction, right? That is weird. Activate your top plate real quick and tell me what your timeline looks like. Do you see any errors on that? Your bottom plate is completely gone. Well, that's interesting. No warnings, no errors on your top plate. Is your bottom plate in the browser? Does it still say bottom plate in the browser? So if I activate, so you can activate the bottom plate again. If you can, go ahead and do that. And you still, and I want to make sure we still see those errors. Okay. So you said the first warning that it has is on sketch 3, right? All right, let's right click on that and go into edit sketch. And tell me if it looks like this. Or tell me if it tells you something different. It should be on the top one, because remember we imported this sketch from the top one to the bottom one, but the sketch should look like this. Yeah, all of these sketches came from that top plate, so that's where it's gonna take us. So it looks like this, though. It looks fine. Okay, all right, here's what we're gonna do real quick. Do you have Discord on your computer? Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I want you to open up Discord. I want to kind of show you here. Go into this like mute your stream so that you don't get feedback. But I want you to go into this voice channel down here. Because what I'm going to get you to do is, from here, you can kind of share your screen so that I can see what you're looking at. Alright, so from here, what you're going to want to do is down here at the bottom, this icon right here should say share your screen. Whenever you do that, it's going to ask you what you want to show. Just make sure you click on the thing there. There you go. All right, let me come and look at it. Well, this doesn't look right. There you go. That's what I want to see. Okay. Good Lord, what is this? Oh, you're using it on a desktop. Okay. We're good. I got you. Alright, oh Lord. So, Control Z out of there. Like, finish the sketch. Get out of there. Get out of the sketch. Okay. So, what do we have activated over here? The bottom plate. So let's hold up. Make your screen look like mine. So this is my bottom plate down here at the bottom. I want to be able to see the bottom plate. All right, so the bottom plate is activated. Cool. But it's completely see-through right now. How did we get here? Alright, we're going to try this one more time. Here we go. I'm going to right click on our bottom plate. I want to activate the assembly stream. So scroll up to the top, activate your assembly stream. The main thing, go up in your browser up here. You may have to scroll up. There you go. Okay, yep. Now, scroll back down to where you can see your bottom plate. Scroll down to where you can see the bottom plate. Right click on bottom plate and hit delete. Don't activate it. Just right click on it and hit delete. I know, I'm sorry. Hey, refresh your stream. Like, stop. Go to another channel and then come back in. What is up, Green? Yeah, it has been. I am doing an educational stream right now. I'm helping out one of my students with some CAD stuff. Also, it has been so long that I do not know your name. Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, is it better now, Callie? Maybe. Hope so. All right, cool. So let's try to do this again. So I have assembly stream done. Oh goodness, Colin maybe. All right, so we're going to select top plate. We're not going to activate it. We're going to right click on it and we're going to hit copy. Yep, all right. And now we're going to come up here and we're going to right click on assembly stream. And we're going to paste new. And now we're going to drag this bad boy down. Colin, everything is good, man. I've been like super busy. That's why I haven't been streaming a lot lately, but hopefully that is going to change. All right, so now once I get it down there, I want to hit OK. So we can see it now. That's good. That's good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make our rigid group. I'm going to capture that position, select the rod, select the plate, hit OK. Very good. I want to change my top plate name to bottom plate. What you been doing, Colin? You're still at school, right? You didn't graduate. All right, cool. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to activate our bottom plate. We're going to right click on the third icon in our timeline from the left. We're going to redefine sketch plane. We're going to select that top face. Good, yep. All right, we're going to hit OK. Jesus, how are you getting so many errors? Why are you getting so many errors? I don't know what happened. So what's happening here? I know you did. I know I watched you. I've been watching you. I have my student is sharing her screen with me, and you can see how I only have 1, 2, 3 errors. She has like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 errors on hers, and she's been following me exactly. Yeah, this is a project they're working on. It's assembly stuff. Huh, what is going on with this? Do me a favor. So you have extrude number 4. Don't worry about that one. Keep going to the right there. Right click on that and hit edit feature. Extrude 4. You passed it. You passed it. There you go. Hold up. One-sided to object. Click on objects to cut. All right, cancel out of that. Ellie, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not know. It should activate your top plate. And let's look at in our timeline. Let's right click and edit feature extrude 4. Yeah, edit that. Let me look at it. Too slowly for all on one side. Cut. That's right. Yeah, they haven't done the egg yet. All right. All right, Callie, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this one more time. I want to try something different. We're going to right-click on bottom plate from where we are. We're going to delete it. Yep. I'm going to do basically the same thing that we did a while ago. We're going to right-click, copy the top plate, click on assembly stream, paste it new, put it where we want it to go. Okay, we want to do our rigid group. Oh, we've been organizing. All right. So here we go. Let's activate our bottom plate. We're going to redefine the sketch plane again. Now, but wait, whenever you get up there. Yeah. The next one, there you go. Redefine the sketch plane. Now, but like I said, wait, whenever you get up there at the top, I want you to kind of zoom in a little bit so I can see it get in the center of the screen. Now, I want you to move. You see how, like, look at my screen. You see how those things are kind of flickering in and out? I want you to make sure that when you click on it, that they are highlighted. Like, move your mouse around and watch the, all right, yeah. So see how they're highlighted? Sometimes, I want you to click on it when it's highlighted. I want you to make sure that it's highlighted before you click. So you're gonna have to move your mouse around. Like if you watch mine, I wouldn't click here, but I would click here. Go. All right, hit OK. Dang. All right, Control Z. Undo that. All right, let's try it again. And let's try it with them not highlighted. So we're going to redefine the sketch plane again. Yep. Now let's try it with they're not highlighted. I mean, I'm just kind of. There we go. Let's try that. I'm just kind of shooting shots here. I don't know. It's all got to come back to that sketch right there. Hit more info. All right, let's see what we got here. Hold on, go back up. Go up right here. Sketch plane is lost. Cache issues. Please redefine the sketch plane. The sketch to select other plane. Hit close. Click on that third icon again and redefine the sketch plane again. Just from right here. Yep, redefine sketch plane. Select that top plane again. That same plane that, yeah, do that. Hit OK. Why would it be doing this? No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to start over. You did pretty much everything the way I did it. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Undo. All right, go all the way back to before you redefine the sketch plane. All right, now let's look at. There we go. Delete that top plate at the bottom. I'm going to show you how to do this. We're going to bypass needing to do this. Alright, so I'm going to make sure my assembly stream is done. I'm going to delete this. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy the top plane, or the top plate again. We're going to paste new again. Okay, now, once you paste new, move it down a little bit, not all the way. Right there's fine. All right. You see this dot over here on the side to the far right? Keep going. No. This dot right here. We're going to grab that and we're going to start moving it. We're going to move it all the way around 180 degrees. So click on it and go till it says 180. And now that we've got it around, we're going to go down just like we did and get this in the right position again. We're going to hit OK. We're going to do our rigid group. And we're going to change the name of it to bottom plate. There we go. We got it. Easy peasy. Easy. And no errors. Look at your thing. 0 errors. That's great. I don't know why we didn't do it. Why you didn't do it like this in the first place. All right, you want to keep going? Or are you fed up with it for tonight? All right, here we go then. Let me get past where this loser is doing all this extra stuff. Oh God, he's talking about a bunch of stuff. What is this? Okay, yeah. So now he's doing appearance stuff. So here's what we're going to do is we are going to change the color of some of these things. So if I right click on my top plate, you'll see two things like right here about in the middle. One of them will say physical material. Right below that it'll say appearance. We're just going to work on appearance. So if we hit appearance, this window over here opens. And we see that right now we should just have steel satin in here. Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, we good. So the only thing in appearance right now should be this steel satin one, because that's what everything basically is looking like. We want to add another one to it. What we want to do is we want to click on plastic, and we want to see ABS white. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, and I'm just going to drag it up here. So now when it says in this design, I should have two. One that says steel satin, one that says ABS white. If I right click on the ABS one, I can edit it and I can change the color of it. So I'm going to change it to, I don't care what color you change it to, I'm going to go with this one. And then if you grab this and drag it and drop it onto the part that you want to change the color of, it'll change the color of it. So I was going to make that part that color. If I want to do a different color on another one, I'll duplicate it. And then I'll just edit that second one and make it a different color. And I'll drag it onto this bottom plate. Just like that. I mean, like I said, the color thing you can't, so whenever you click on it and drag it up, hold up, I got your Discord. So if you click on it and hold and scroll, can you scroll up? Use your mouse, click the button, and then use your mouse wheel to go up. Bro, you need a bigger mouse screen, or you need a bigger screen. Hold on. Oh God. Here, oh goodness. Here. Okay, here we go. See in where it says search, type in ABS. There we go. Scroll up to where your appearance. There we go. Got it. All right. So right click on that one. Edit. You the smartest one. And yeah, you can make it whatever color you want. Hey, so are you doing Fusion on your iPad? Bruh. Why don't you use your Chromebook? Alright, well, whenever you edit that, you need to scroll down and hit done. There you go. Now you can drag that drag that colored one you did onto that top plate. There you go. Good job. So smart. And if you want to do the bottom one, what you do is you just right click on the one that you made and click duplicate. There you go. Now you edit that second one And you can change the color of it if you wanted to. You can do all of that. So yeah, nah, it's good. Yep. There you go. That's it. So I'm going to close this out. That's just, like, again, that's just something that you can do. It makes things look a little, you know, some people need a little bit of color in their life. Alright. So I'm going to keep going here. Find out what he's doing next. Alright. He is... Alright. So next thing he's doing is he is putting... So what these counter bores here are for, they're for bearings. So that's what he's doing now. So what we want to do is we want to come up here to insert. There you go. And we want to go down to install McMaster-Carr component. It's the third one from the bottom. Yep. So what McMaster-Carr is... There you go. Hit OK. So what this is it's basically... McMaster-Carr is a company that sells a bunch of hardware. And they have a brilliant service where you can just download CAD models of all of their stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up into the search bar. And we want to type in 608 bearing. You can just click on that top one that says 608 bearings. You can just click on it and hit it. There we go. All right. So we want to click on sealed. That third one. And we want to come now, scroll down a little bit. So right there. Click on that very first one. And then you may have to kind of scroll over a little bit. There you go. Keep going. Alright. So you see where it says that download button. To the left of it, you want to hit that drop down. Don't add to order. Right there. And choose 3D STEP. 3D step file. Second one. And then you want to hit download. All right, now it's going to be up here at the top. Let's just move it out here, out in the middle of nothing, so that we can do some stuff with it. There you go. Fine. All right, hit OK. So what this is going to do is this is going to fit right into this guy. So we're going to put a joint on it. We're going to hit J. And this is going to be a rigid joint. We're going to kind of hover our mouse. Make sure we select the center point. There you go. You got it. And now we need to come up under here. And make sure we get this in the middle of this bit. There you go. That's good. There you had it. Right there. Perfect. Hit OK. That's it. All right, let me see where he's at here. All right. So one thing that we did that, let me see if we can actually fix this. All right, here we go. I want this. I was supposed to have activated this top plate, but I forgot to. So what I want to do is I want to click on this and drag it and then drop it onto top plate. Keep going. On it, not below it, on it, in it. Like, here you go, watch my screen. There you go, perfect. You did it. That's it. We the smartest. We the ones. They the twos. Alright. Alright, let's see what he's doing now. I know we gotta make another one. Alright, so now we're gonna do the same thing, but I wanna activate bottom plate. Because we need to do the same thing. We need to put a bearing in here too. We need to put the same bearing basically. So I'm going to go back to insert, master car components. I'm going to search up 608 bearings. Download that step file. And then we're going to give us a joint in there just like we did earlier. Boom. Now, have you clicked that first one? There you go. Goodness, I don't see how you do this on an iPad. This would drive me insane. There you go. Cool. Alright, let's save our file real quick, just to be sure that we don't mess anything up. Yep. Alright. See what else we got here. Oh, okay, okay. So we're going to activate our assembly stream. I need to make sure I'm seeing something here. There we go. Alright. So when we got this, we're going to make a new component. And we're going to name this component TR8X8. Perfect. Hit OK. Alright, let's see what we do now. Now I know what we're going to look at the bottom. Bottom plate, we're going to make ourselves, we're going to create a sketch. And I'm going to use my circle tool to create a center point circle on my origin. And I want to make this circle be 8 millimeter. Okay, so we're going to finish this sketch, and we're going to extrude this. So I'm going to hit extrude. I'm going to choose that circle, and then I'm going to rotate around here to look at the top, and I'm going to set my extent type to go to to object, and I'm going to click on this face up here so that it goes all the way up to that face, and then I'm going to put in an offset of 20. So 20 millimeters, because whenever I look at it from the side, I want it to be sticking a little bit proud of that top surface. And I'm going to make sure my operation down here says new body, and I'm going to hit OK. Nope. Cancel that out. Alright, so you want to do it, extrude, select the very middle, the middle of it. There you go, that's it, that right there. Nope, you got it. Where's your sketch at? You're looking at the top, you drew that sketch on the bottom. I'm waiting. Hold on. Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. You're drawing on, you're using the top plate for your thing. You need to be looking at it from the bottom, right? Control Z out of that sketch. Control Z out of that sketch. Undo. Now, scroll down in your browser. In your delete both of those sketches. You got too many sketches. You only need one sketch at the end of this. You're only one. Okay, now we're looking at it from the bottom. And we're going to start a new sketch on that bottom face. Yep, there we go. All right, now we're making a circle, and we're going to make it right from the origin. We're going to make it 8 millimeter. Yep. All right, now we'll finish that. Hold on, we'll finish that sketch. And now let's extrude. Let's click on that middle, not that one. That one we just made. Yep. And now let's change our extent type to object. And now let's look at the top of our assembly now. So rotate around to the top. All the way around to the top. We want to be looking down on it. And I want to click on that top face, this face right here that I'm showing you. Yep. Perfect. Now, let's do our offset. We're going to change our offset to 20. And now if I hit the home button over my view cube, See, if you go to the view cube and you hover over it, see the little home icon in the upper left-hand corner? Yeah. So see how our thing kind of comes out a little bit proud? That's good. There we are. We're in the same spot. This is a project that I, excuse me, that I have them doing where they're having to make the parts and assemble them as they go. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some threads on this rod. So how you do that is you're going to come up here to create, and you're going to go down to where it says thread at. And then you're going to click on the rod itself. And what you want is on the thread type. So select, there you go. No, hold on. You're about to do something weird. There you go. That's good, yeah. Click on that. All right, now, for our isometric profile, you want to change this to where it says isometric trapezoidal threads. It's the one right above where you are. There you go. And I believe that's all we're doing on this, but let me make sure. All right. Yeah, so we want to hit OK on this. So what that does is that makes our thing look like it's got threads. It doesn't actually have threads because that would take a lot of computing power, and the more, you know, like if you had it where it actually had the threads modeled every time, let's say you had 1,000 screws and they were all modeled to have threads, it would be like, it would be huge. So the next thing I want us to do is if I click on this and I move it, I can move it around, right? I don't want to be able to do that. So Control Z to get it back where it belongs. And now we're going to make a different kind of a joint here. We're going to use an as-built joint. So what that does is if you hover over it, it says it positions components relative to one another based on how they were built. So we're going to choose this. We're going to select that threaded rod we just made, and then we're going to select the top plate. And then on this type, we want this to be a revolute. Undo. He got ahead of me. As built joint. Now, it's going to say, okay, so once you choose revolute, the second one, it's going to want, it says snap. What it means is it's asking you how is it going to rotate? So you got this little flag guy that's going around, and you want to make sure that it is flat on that surface right here in the middle. Now, has that snapped anything? So see what it wants to do. There you go. That's a good place for it right there. Yep. See how it's spinning now? That means we got it right. So now if you hit OK, and if we click on this and kind of drag it, you can see that it actually will spin now. We can make it move. Good job. All right. Let's see what else we got next. You're doing great. You are doing great. We got it. I mean, shoot, we're almost done at this point. We are 21 minutes into the video. So we're about halfway done. And the other part, the next few parts aren't that bad at all. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is we need to put a shaft collar on this. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go back to, let's make sure we get our things right. And I do want these shaft collars to be on this threaded rod, so I'm going to keep it activated. I want to insert, I want to do a McMaster-Carr component, and I want to search for shaft collar. So right here it says shaft collars, the very first one. I want to click on that. And now I'm going to kind of show you how to find the one you want better, because there's a lot of these. So make sure you're still with me. Yep. All right. So what you're going to do is, on this system of measurement, you're going to choose metric. We want it to be metric. Then we're going to scroll down on this side. I want this to be a one-piece shaft collar, so I'll click on one piece. And what it's doing is just filtering these down over here. I want this to be stainless steel. And the stainless steel that I want to use is I want to use 303. Am I right on that? I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. Yes, 303 stainless steel. So I'm going to click that one, and then I'm going to click this right here, this shaft collar. And I don't want to use a set, hold on, actually, I don't want to use a set screw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down until I see clamping shaft collar. And then I want the one that says, so the diameter, I need to make that diameter, I need to choose the 8mm diameter one. There you go. And let's download that step file. Drag this out like we normally do. Hit OK. And let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, yep. So now if I were to try, I'm just going to show you this. I don't want you to follow along on this, but I want you to kind of see what's happening. So if I try to make a joint on this, so from the middle of this to this shaft, notice I don't have anywhere on the shaft that I can click until I get down to here. And I don't want them to be in the middle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cancel this out, and I'm actually going to make a drawing, a sketch on this bottom plate that I can use then as a point of reference. So I want to create a new sketch, and I'm just going to select the bottom plate, or not the bottom plate, but the bottom of the top plate. Capture position on that. I'm starting to lose my voice, been talking too much. Alright, so rotate around. There you go. Now all I need to do is project this geometry. So I'm just going to hit P, and I'm going to select the bottom of that plate. And I'm going to hit OK. So now I've got my drawing there. I'm going to finish this sketch out. Now whenever I do my joint, I can select the top of that in the middle, and then I can come, and I've actually got a point here now that I can use in the middle of this sketch. I got the center point for that circle that I made. Just joint. Nope, not as built. Just make sure you get the middle. There you... Nope. Nope. Here, let me show you something. If you select the wrong thing, all you have to do is over in the joint thing, you can hit this little X and it'll unselect what you selected. But also, and you're not, I don't know if you're using a keyboard or not, but if I hover over this and then I hold down Control, I can just move it to that center part and it won't select anything else. So just move to that center point now. And I can do the same. Now let's choose our bottom part. And I want to choose that point. Yep, there you go. Boom. And we'll hit OK. All right, now. So you didn't get the error that I just did. So you're good. I got an error. And I've seen this error before. And I believe it's because I... Implicit joint origin rigid 1. I fixed this for somebody earlier, so hold on. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Okay. So, what I want to do now is I want to make it where I don't see this sketch anymore. So I'm going to open it up in my browser. Click the little eye next to the sketch, sketch number 2. I don't want to see it. And now if I grab this rod and I rotate it, that shaft collar should also rotate with it. So just grab the rod. There you go. Very good. Awesome. Okay, now we've got that one on top. We need to do the same thing to get one of these shaft collars at the bottom. So we're going to do it the same way. We're going to start our sketch, but we're going to start it on the top of this bottom plate. I'm just going to go ahead and put my... You don't have to do this in the same order that I'm doing it. You're good. Because I'm just going to go ahead and make my sketch down here. You'll just do it after you get your part in. Finish that sketch. Now I'm going to insert my part. I'm going to find that shaft collar, metric, one piece, stainless steel, 303 stainless steel. So click on metric, go down. You want to click one piece there. Yep. Go down. Stainless steel, 303. Scroll down till you get to the clamping ones. Or no, click shaft collars now. You're good. Now scroll down until you get to the clamping ones. There you go. And you want to choose that number 8. That 8 diameter one. And you're just going to work from the bottom. Make your joint. Now you're working. No, hold on now. Okay, there you go. You're right. Nope, you're not putting it there. You're putting it on the other side. Because remember, you don't want it on this one that we've already got. You want it on that other side. You know what? You were right. I'm sorry. Whoa, what are you drawing a circle for? Okay, hold on. So, do your sketch on the top of your bottom plate. Just like you had. Do your sketch. Yep. Now get where you can see it again. Rotate it around some. And just hit your P button. And then project that face. Select the face. Nope, not the circle. The whole face. There you go. Perfect. Hit OK. Finish the sketch. You may need to flip that. It's nice to see you again, Colin. I appreciate it. Next time I'll play some games. I think you need to flip that, Callie. It needs to be on the outside. I believe yours is actually inside of it. Flip is all the way at the bottom. There you go. Alright, now let's rotate our shaft again, our threaded rod, and see if it rotates with it. Uh-oh. Okay, let's undo. Let's undo. There we go. Okay. So let's do our sketch again. Let's project our sketch back on the top of that bottom plate. So we need to start a new sketch. There we go. Let's get where we can see the bottom plate. Okay. Hit P. Select the bottom. There you go. Yep. Now hit OK in the upper. There you go. Now finish our sketch. Oh, we got two now, don't we? It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so let's do a joint now. All right, now let's. Hey, hold on, for you. No, X that out. Let's select the bottom of that the other side of that collar. There you go. So let's get the middle of that. All right. And let's make sure, hold on a second. Where did our X out the second one where it says one selected down. No, not that. All right, stop. Let's look at our browser and make sure that we can see our sketch, because I don't see the sketch there. Hit the eye next to the sketches. Right there. Okay. Now let's try to put that joint in there, because now we can actually see the sketch that we're going to use for it. You want to select the bottom of that bearing. Okay, hit okay. Now let's try to move that collar again. There we go. Now we can hide that sketch again. And let's save our file. All right, there we go. Now we have a working gimmick here. Awesome. And I think that is going to be, I think this is a good place to stop. We have made it, where are we at on this video? 24 minutes. So we have about a half an hour left to go. But I have been talking way too much, my throat hurts. So, what I'll do though is I will do this again tomorrow if you want me to, tomorrow afternoon. And I'll walk you through the rest of it. No, don't be sorry. This is how we learn. No, this is fine. This is great. I'm happy that I was able to get you to here. Oh yeah, no, it won't be again till like it'll probably be like 6 or 7 again. Oh God, oh no. I'm glad he's gone then. I did not know that. I haven't seen Colin since... Shoot, I think I've seen him one time this year. So make sure you stop sharing your screen. And actually, I would probably just get out of this whole channel because Like your disconnect is right here. That way you won't be sitting in a voice chat channel whenever anyone can just join you. Hold on, 6.7 was around last year? I did not, I thought it was like something that just happened this year. Oh, you mean earlier this school year? Like it wasn't around last school year, was it? Okay, okay. I still don't even really know what it means, but you know, it is what it is. All right, well, I think I'm going to get out of here and go to bed. Molly is passed out. Look at this. Hold up. I mean, passed out on the bed. That's my girl. Yep, medieval music got her zoned out. All right, y'all. Yep, thank y'all for hanging out. Callie, I'll be on tomorrow to get you kind of done with this, hopefully. Tanner, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate you. It's always good to see you. You need to let me know if you ever make it back down to Middle Georgia. We'll hang out. But yep, just keep me up, man. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Sleep well, and